Okay, Eagle Nation, Cooper DeJean just confirmed it himself on the K Adams show. Nickel and corner is where he'll start, but he had a lot more things to say. Plus, Howie Roseman compares Jeremiah Trotter Jr. to an ex-Eagle who's not his dad. But that's not all. The Eagles could be losing their director of scouts, and Jim Nagy, the host of the Senior Bowl, broke down all 5 Eagles who attended. Man, you gotta hear what he said. But first, happy birthday, Lane Johnson. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast, and today we got a lot to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all for a favor? As I previously said, it is Lane Johnson's birthday. He turns 34, the best right tackle in the game. Got a lot left in the tank. Drop happy birthday in the comment section. And don't forget to hit that like button for me and Lane Johnson. Subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So yesterday, Adam Schefter tweeted, NFL teams were informed yesterday that the regular season schedule is expected to be released next Wednesday, May 15th, as Ben Fisher SBJ reported. We already know who our opponents are, but I can't wait to see when we play them. When's our bye week? What's our toughest stretch? What's our easiest stretch? All them things as it pertains to the schedule release. Plus, I love hearing y'all predictions. Should I do it in a video or should I do it live? Let me know in the comment section. So Cooper DeJean, aka Cooper DeJean, was on the K Adams show and they talked about his name pronunciation. Listen.
I know it's Cooper DeJean, like the pants. That's what I think. Cooper DeJean, Cooper DeJean. But I mean, you've done all this work and having to say what your name really is and pronounce it right, all to go to Philadelphia, where you're only going to be known as Cooper DeJean. What is that like?
I love it.
You do? You're okay with it?
Yeah. The fans are. I love the fans in Philly already. I mean, I've watched from afar, growing up just watching football, but now being a part of it, being in Philly, it's really cool to see the fan support, how crazy they are, and I love it.
It's a Philly thing. Everything is a JAWN, JAWN. So for the people who keep correcting me in the comment section, I mean, he told you he likes it. They also talked about how crazy the Sixer game was in a good way, and who showed him and Quinyon Mitchell around Philly, which of course none other than Big Dom. Listen what he says about him.
He's awesome. It's great guy to be around. We were walking around with him.
Is he
at
famous?
The game
is he so famous? Are people just screaming,
yeah.
Big Dom?
Yeah, me and Q were taking pictures for him with fans.
That's amazing.
It was awesome.
What's the best advice he's given you so far in handling Philly and the Eagles?
I mean, a bunch of advice that I've been getting is just work your tail off, and these fans will love you. They either love you or they hate you. And I'd rather be on the loving side of that.
Yeah,
so,
sometimes both at once. So don't take it too seriously. It's all from a loving place.
That is great advice, and I even like what K Adams said. Even when they're mad or they hate you, it comes from a loving spot. That's just what we do, but we hold down the people who hold us down. Lastly, he talked about playing nickel, safety, or corner. It's true. They're going to try him as corner, but he said nickel first.
You had rookie minicamp. That must have been sort of unreal, but sort of, the start of your dream, the start of your journey. You're there. All signs indicate you're playing corner to start. You can do everything, though. Nickel, safety, return man. It's why you were drafted. Have you talked to coaches, or what's been said about sort of your role and how this team plans to unleash that 33? And I love that number. Those are my lucky numbers.
Yeah. I've really talked all 3 positions with them. I worked mostly the nickel and corner position at rookie minicamp, but there's been talks about safety in the pre-draft and returning as well. So wherever they put me, I'll be excited. I'm excited for the opportunity, to start at the corner position.
It's up to you. So corner over safety is what you'd want.
That's where I'm starting out. Yeah. The nickel and corner position, yep.
Look, when we get past training camp, who knows exactly where he's going to play? But I said it once and I'm going to say it again. If he plays nickel or safety, I think it helps out the Eagles in 2024 with how deep we are at corner. That don't mean he can't change in the future. But by playing outside corner in 2024 leaves another talented guy on the bench. Where if he plays nickel or safety, you can maximize your talent under a Vic Fangio scheme. So again, we're going to wait and see, but the coaching staff will do what's best for the Philadelphia Eagles and Cooper DeJean. Moving on to Howie Roseman's appearance on WIP, he was straight up asked, how good does it feel getting all this positive feedback for your 2024 draft? And Howie said 0, maybe less than 0. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how we draft. It matters how we play. At the end of the day, our goal is to win, to make our fans proud, to make our organization proud. And since Howie Roseman said it, let's keep saying it. At the end of the day, he's right. No matter how good the draft grade is now, how do these draftees play in year 1, year 2, year 3? Everybody can't be judged by the year 1 tape. It depends how much PT they get. Plus, players do grow, so you really can't fully grade prospects to year 3. Now, some come out year 1, year 2, balling. We got to wait and see, but I agree. Overall, the Eagles just need to win, but I wholeheartedly believe that this class will help the Eagles win. Howie Roseman was also asked about Jeremiah Trotter Jr., and this is what he had to say. He reminds him a bit of TJ Edwards, who has an unbelievable feel for the ball. Interesting. Let me know your thoughts. If by year 2, he's playing like TJ Edwards, do you think that's successful for Jeremiah Trotter Jr., or do you expect him to be better? I low-key love what TJ Edwards brought to the Eagles, especially his last year suiting up in 2022. I thought the Eagles should have kept him. Anyways, if by year 2, Trotter's already playing at that level, I think that is a big-time win because he can only get better. And I low-key think TJ Edwards was underrated, especially in Philadelphia. Of course, Howie Roseman was asked about Jalen Hunt. I still believe some people think that was the reach pick, which he said once again, he has rare traits in his body. He has length, explosiveness, twitch, and he's raw. He continued to say, when you see him moving around, when you see him bending, when you see his ability to close on a quarterback, this guy has unique traits. Hey, I was all over with this pick, but go check out Gate City Sports on YouTube. He just did a video about Jalen Hunt, really breaking down his upside. I watched that, and I'm definitely interested to see if we can get him to where he needs to be. A couple other notes from Howie's appearance on WIP. He reminded everybody that Cooper DeJean was a legit possibility to take at number 22 among a number of good options the Eagles were hoping for. And as we all know, we got him at number 40. Lastly, Howie was asked if Big Pimppin, what Jalen Hunt called him, has stuck as a nickname at the NovaCare complex, and this is what he had to say. I mean, I feel like that's how I roll, but I can't tell you that it's kind of caught on. Hey, us as Eagle fans know it's Ski Mask Howie, know he's a G, know he's the real deal Holyfield. However, could this hurt the Eagles draft process in the future? Adam Schefter tweeted yesterday, Eagles director of scouting, Brandon Hunt, is interviewing today for the New England Patriots lead personnel job per sources. Again, director of scouting. That don't mean we lose all our scouts, but he was in charge of the scouts who did a great job identifying talent and bringing it to Howie Roseman's attention. Not saying he wasn't doing his due diligence, or Nick Sirianni, or Kellen Moore, or Vic Fangio, but the Eagles organization breeds winning recipes, talent. That's why you see our front office people, assistant GM, scouts, president of this, that, and the third, all be looked at as possible candidates to run the organization or be a big name in other organization because they all learn from Big Pimppin, Howie Roseman. I also want to talk about what Kenneth Gainwell said on somebody's podcast about the downfall of the Eagles. Wasn't going to mention it, thought about it yesterday, but a lot of y'all been DMing me it.
What do you think it was that caused that that sudden change?
I think it was a connection piece, you know. I say teams like the Chiefs, bro, are like well connected, you know, upstairs and downstairs, you know, front office and the locker room. Like everybody's connected. When you got that connection piece, bro, everything just clicked. When, you got guys that's not talking to each other, then, you never know what's going on, So like if we all sit down and talk to each other and find out what's going on, or we find out what we need to do on the field to, get this thing going, then, we'll be good. Because if we play real hard at the beginning of the season, we need to continue to play hard at the end of the season, because at the end of the season what really matter.
That's what really matters.
That would really matter, because when we get to the playoffs, if we're not playing good and we still got our head down because we just lost 5 games, what you think we're going to do in the playoffs?
So he talks about connection, and you could clearly see there was a disconnect. When he says upstairs and downstairs, I believe he was talking about players and coaches. Regardless, we are so far past that, maybe you just say, hey, it is what it is, we moving on. Plus, with you being on the bubble, got Saquon Barkley, draft Will Shipley, I think you should be on your P's and Q's and not worried about last year. Let's focus on this year. But again, let me know your thoughts. A lot of y'all been throwing that in my inbox on Twitter. Shout out to y'all. Lastly, Jim Nagy, host of the Senior Bowl, did a little write-up on the 5 Eagles that were drafted that attended the Senior Bowl. Let's see what he had to say. Cornerback Quinyon Mitchell, round 1, pick 22, checked all boxes. Prospect with Pro Bowl upsize, elite side/speed combo with blue-collar overachiever makeup. Embrace competition in mobile. Senior Bowl press man reps, elevated draft stock, should be immediate starter outside. Okay, let's hear the next one. Wide receiver Anaya Smith, round 5, pick 152, offensive chess piece, has been favorite of Philly staff for a couple years now. Would have been even more productive in a better college situation. Could be factored in the slot sooner rather than later based off current depth chart. Legit dual returner. Okay, now to the third one. Offensive guard Trevor Keegan, round 5, pick 172. Old school tough guy. Has Jeff Stoutland type DNA. Team captain for national champs. Played best ball of his career in the final stretch of 24 season. All 37 college starts came at left guard, so must develop alternate position flex. Interesting. Now on to number 4. Wide receiver Johnny Wilson, round 6, pick 185. One of the most unique physical specimens and mismatched skill players in the 2024 draft. Agree with Eagles brass, this is not a tight end. Should be immediate factor in the red zone, where he was underutilized at FSU. Surprised he slid this far. And last but not least, outside linebacker Jalix Hunt, round 3, pick 94. Late blooming former Ivy League DB, was top 24 Senior Bowl riser. Teams had a 5th/6th round grade off fall tape. Violent edge set reps, open eyes in mobile. Can't coach his natural pass rush coordination. Should be an immediate presence on special teams. You can hear Nagy talk about the rawness in Jalix Hunt's game, but there we go. 5 Senior Bowl appearances, and Nagy had a lot of good things to say. Once again, Howie Roseman hit it out the park, but we got to see how he play. With all that being said, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Leave all your thoughts in the comment section. Drop the muscle emoji. Hit the like. Subscribe if you are new. And don't forget, make sure you got that notification bell hit so you get a ding when I upload or go live. A lot more content coming. Leave all your thoughts. I know y'all have some things to say, and I love hearing it. We out.